Welcome back for another week here at the Shield. Coming up, Valpo students took an icy dip this past weekend.
And Valpo took part in celebrating Black History Month.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Katie Blaze.
And I'm Allie Kitsanius. A mild weekend here at Valpo still proved to be a bit chilly for some. Freezing for a reason, that's the motto of annual Polar Plunge, Valparaiso University's philanthropic event to raise money for Special Olympics Indiana, occurred this past weekend. VUTV correspondent Sean Jones went out to get the icy dish.
Freezing for a reason. That's the motto of the annual Polar Plunge, Valparaiso University's philanthropic event to raise money for Special Olympics Indiana.
Enthusiastic students, faculty, and members of the community took a dip in freezing cold water on a chilly February day to raise money for a good cause.
Well, the Polar Plunge is supporting the Special Olympics. My fraternity, Phi Sigma Kappa's national philanthropic event is Special Olympics, and so what we do is we come out and we set up and participate. So it's a good cause for a nice weekend event. So
the event involves people getting sponsored by donors to jump into a pool of icy cold water, often while wearing humorous costumes. The participants were cheered on by the Crusader himself, along with the Plunge's mascot, Paul R. Bear, while the Crusader Pep Band provided music to help the contestants brave the cold. Chuck Garber of the VUPD has been involved with the Plunge since it first came to Valparaiso.
Last year, one of the Purdue chiefs asked me to get involved with this, so we figured let's bring it to VU, have something crazy that the police department brings to campus where we can interact with the students. And the big great thing was this is an awesome cause, so that's where it all started. So we've had 2 great years, and it's awesome how the whole community came together to do this.
Garber emphasized how the Polar Plunge is the signature fundraising event for the Special Olympics and how that organization teaches both youth and adults with intellectual disabilities about athletics and leadership. Besides the plunge itself, festivities included a costume contest as well as food afterwards, which is free for participants or could be paid for with a $5 donation. Polar Plunge events happened throughout Indiana and raised over $370,000 last year. For more information on the Special Olympics, go to www.soindiana.org.
Thanks, Sean. The Black Student Organization held their annual Black History Month dinner this past weekend in the Hara Union Ballrooms. The theme of the night was Celebration of Gospel. The event included speaker British Thomas, performances by gospel choirs, and a tribute video honoring keynote gospel people. Continuing on with Black History Month will be the National African American Read-In Series 2 and Dance Excel's presentation of the Spirit of the Baobab Tree. For more information on these and other events, contact the Office of Multicultural Programs at 219-464-6769 or at valpo.edu/multicultural.
Zombies once again invaded the Valpo campus this past week for their winter game. VUTV was there for all the festivities.
All around campus, faculty, staff, and students took part in Human Protection Society's winter event. We got responses on what this event is all about.
Humans vs. Zombies started the fall of 2009. That was when the first game was run. We call it round 0 because we just started numbering all of the rounds. The organization was started in the spring of 2010, and that was just because we'd run a couple games, we knew we could make it work, and now we needed recognition.
In its most basic sense, the game is essentially a game of tag between the humans and the zombies, with the zombies trying to tag all the human players and the human players trying to avoid getting tagged.
There are a huge amount of rules to the game. We have a large rule set on our website, vuhps.org, where people can read that and they have to say that they've read it before they can play the game. There are rules about how to enter and leave buildings, where you're safe around doors, what kinds of things you can use in skirmishes, a lot of rules to keep the game organized and safe.
Winning is kind of interesting to define. For the zombies, winning consists simply of tagging all the human players so that at the end everyone's a zombie. For a human player, winning would be successfully surviving through all the missions and then especially surviving the last mission.
I'd heard students talk about it. Several of my students had played it in the past, and it just seemed like a really a really fun thing to do, and then one of the student coordinators was in my a class that I'm teaching this semester, and so I asked if I could be a part of it because it seemed like a really fun way to get to know some of my students a little better, and it seemed like something that I wish I had had the opportunity to do when I was a student, and so I didn't want to let the opportunity pass me by.
This popular event encompasses strategy, teamwork, and ultimately a chance to get to know fellow Crusaders. Well, it was a slightly sunny weekend here on the Valparaiso campus, but what can we expect this upcoming week, and will that sunshine be here in the next few days? Storm Show meteorologist Justin Thompson-Gee will have all your important Valpo weather forecasts next. Stay tuned.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop.
We say what we want Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on VUTV.
Hi everybody, I'm Dick Vitale of ESPN, and I'm on VUTV. It's awesome, baby, with a capital A.
A few may want to speak to me either after class or in my office hours. Work on a little further. Let's go ahead and take yours from the top and pass them back.
Oh, guys, I got an A! It's probably because I went to the library. I'm so excited.
Welcome back to The Shield. Spring break is quickly approaching and students are really hoping for some positive weather changes. So we're here with Justin Thompson-Gee, Storm Shield meteorologist. What are we expecting for the week?
Well, we've had a couple of rainy days after that mild weekend that we had, and soon we will get back into kind of that rainy period. But right after that, we'll see a little bit of a warm up before we get back into kind of average temperatures for the weekend. And students will really enjoy that as kind of a precursor towards their spring break there. Kind of the national weather headlines for our local area we're looking at right now. A blustery, rainy day. The sun is going to get out of here, and we're going to deal with the rainy weekend. So it's going to be a little bit dreary, but not anything that us kids here at Valpo aren't really used to. And then as we head into tonight, low temperature of 38 degrees, rainy through the night, shouldn't really see any thunderstorms, although those winds will stay fairly calm, 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the southwest. And that rain will continue into Thursday a little bit, mostly rainy, although you might see a little bit of sunshine there peeking through. High temperature of 45 degrees, which is actually fairly above the average, the normal mean for that day. And then as we head into the 5-day forecast, again, we're dealing with rain the next couple of days. A nice warm up, though, on the weekend, getting to Sunday, where we will have temperatures of 41 degrees. And then on Monday, again, with the drizzle, that will bring us right back into the work week. It'll still be a little bit rainy for that time, but we might see a little bit of sun, get a little bit back into those warmer temperatures with that warmer air. It'll be nice then going into the rest of next week as we get ready for spring break.
All right, thanks, Justin.
The FBI Terrorism Task Force has been searching a home in Arlington, Virginia in connection to the Capitol Hill suicide attack suspect. This is not where Omni L. Kalfi lives, but the U.S. Attorney's Office says investigators were looking for weapons that violations that are related to the case. Capitol Police and the FBI arrested the 29-year-old Moroccan, saying he was planning an attack on the U.S. Capitol with an explosive vest. He was arrested after a sting operation where undercover agents posed against al-Qaeda gave him an inoperable suicide vest and gun. Police say the public was never in danger.
Revelers in Brazil's most famous city are partying it up. Carnival festivities are happening in Rio de Janeiro, complete with music and dancing in the streets. The annual festival leads up to Lent and even in New Orleans, where everyone loves a parade. Check out this one Friday night. It's all part of the festivities leading up to Fat Tuesday on February 21st.
This man was accused of taking a stroll around Walmart in his birthday suit. Police in Pennsylvania believe Verdon Taylor was under the influence of drugs when he pulled the bold stunt last week. The incident was caught on camera. Here you see Taylor stripping down in the parking lot. He then went inside the store where customers tried to avoid the 6'4", 300-pound naked man. When police arrived, they had to use a stun gun to subdue him. He faces indecent charges and an aggravated assault charge for allegedly spitting at an officer. We are going to take a quick break.
When we return, Jeff Larson will have the latest in Crusader sports. We'll be right back.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh la.
We say what we want Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on VUTV.
Hi everybody, I'm Dick Vitale of ESPN, and I'm on VUTV. It's awesome, baby, with a capital A.
A few of you may want to speak to me either after class or at my office hours. Work on a little further. Go ahead and take yours from the top and pass them back.
Thank you. Oh, guys, I got an A! It's probably because I went to the library. I'm so excited.
Now with a look at your Valpo Crusader sports, we send it over to Jeff Larson at the sports desk. Jeff?
Thanks, guys. The softball team opened up the 2012 season in Ames, Iowa for the Ramada Inn UNI Dome Invitational. The Crusaders won 3 of 4 games in the tournament. Friday, they were blanked by UNI 6-0. Saturday, they swept the doubleheader, defeating Nebraska-Omaha 6-0 and Iowa State 11-5. Then on Sunday, they defeated Drake 5-3. That tournament helped freshman Brittany Duncan and senior Alex Legesse pick up Horizon League Batter and Pitcher of the Week. For Duncan, she went 6 of 14 with 2 runs scored and picking up a team-high 6 RBIs. For Legesse, she went a perfect 2-0 for the tournament, tossing a 4-hit shutout while striking out 9 against Nebraska-Omaha and gave up only 2 earned runs in the victory over Drake. They returned to action February 24th when they traveled down to Chattanooga, Tennessee for the Frost Classic. The baseball team also kicked off the 2012 season in Murray, Kentucky for a weekend series against Murray State, taking 2 of 3. In the opening contest on Friday, that game would be suspended until Saturday, where the Crusaders won 5-2 in 13 innings. Then in the next contest a little bit later on, Murray State picked up the win 2-1. Then the Crusaders won the grudge match on Sunday 7-4. Senior Tyler Deachin was named this week's Horizon League Pitcher of the Week. He started on Friday throwing 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 4 hits while walking 1 and striking out 4. He earned the no decision in that contest. They will be back on the diamond this weekend for a 3-game series with Arkansas, the number 4 ranked team in the nation in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The women's basketball team was in action at home over the weekend. First, they battled the UIC Flames. The Flames never trailed in this contest as they went on to win 54-43. Shemaya Green posted a game-high 20 points, while Jasmine Bailey recorded a double-double with 11 points and 13 rebounds. For the Crusaders, Tabitha Gerardo scored 9 points, while Gina Lang and Jessica Carr each had 8 points. Saturday, they looked to rebound against the Loyola Ramblers. The Crusaders got 11 unanswered points in the beginning of the game to go up by 10. The Crusaders were shooting red hot from downtown, including this 3 from Laura Richards at the end of the first half to go up 40-17. The Crusaders were also very good on the defensive side. Richards steals the pass and lays it up to give the Crusaders a 27-point lead. Ashley Varner connects underneath here. She had 19 points and 10 rebounds in the contest as the Crusaders roll over the Ramblers 69-46. Tabitha Gerardo had a game-high 20 points, with Jessica Carr recording 8 points, and Gina Lang added 8 points and 10 rebounds. For the Ramblers, Simone Law was the only Loyola player in double figures. She finished with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Valpo sits in 8th place, sitting a half game up on Youngstown State and trailing Cleveland State by a half game for 7th place, while Green Bay continues to roll in 1st place. The team will be in Wisconsin this weekend, taking on the Green Bay Phoenix on Thursday at 7 p.m. and Milwaukee on Saturday at 2 p.m. From the women to the men, they were in Los Angeles, California, taking on Loyola Marymount in the Sears Bracket Busters X event last Friday. Loyola Marymount maintained a back-and-forth contest as they went on to win 61-53. Anthony Ireland led the Lions with 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, while Ashley Hamilton added 12 points and 5 rebounds. For the Crusaders, Ryan Brokoff put in 16 points and became the 31st player in Crusader basketball history to crack the 1,000 career total point mark. Richie Edwards came off the bench and put in 17 points and grabbed 5 rebounds. Tuesday night, they took on the Loyola Ramblers, looking to clinch their first Horizon League regular season title and secure the #1 seed in the Horizon League tournament. Will Bogan got the Crusaders off to a hot start, hitting back-to-back threes to open up the game 8-0. Then Loyola puts the pressure on as Christian Thomas finds Ben Avercamp under the basket to cut the Crusader halftime lead to 2. Then Avercamp scored 7 points in 4 minutes to give Loyola a 5-point lead. But the Crusaders responded back with back-to-back threes from Ben Boggs and Ryan Brokoff to give the Crusaders a 3-point lead. Then the Ramblers answered back. Jordan Hicks nails the 3 to give the Ramblers a 4-point lead. Then Kevin Van Vyk hits back-to-back layups to tie the game up at 52. Then with time winding down, Ryan Brokoff misses the 3 at the end to send the game into overtime. Will Bogan responds with back-to-back buckets in the overtime period. He ended up with 16 points, and that would be good enough for the Crusaders to pick up the win, 66-62. Ryan Brokoff put in 17 points and 11 rebounds, while Kevin Van Vyk added 12 points. For the Ramblers, Ben Avercamp had 21 points, and Denzel Brito added 12 points of his own. The Crusaders have clinched the regular season title and the #1 spot in the Horizon League tournament. Meanwhile, Butler, Cleveland State, and Detroit all try to vie for the #2 seed in the tournament. The Crusaders will close out the season at home as they welcome the Butler Bulldogs to the Arc on Friday. Tip-off will be at 6 p.m. and the game will be broadcasted on ESPNU. Last but certainly not least, the women's bowling team is ranked number 2 in the nation according to the latest NTCA media poll. They received 1 first-place vote, and they sit behind Fairleigh Dickinson, who retrieved all the other 15 first-place votes. That's it from the sports desk. I am Jeff Larson. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jeff. As we have talked about all winter long, these weather conditions have been way above the average. But do these warmer temps have a correlation with stronger allergies? Storm Shield meteorologist Rebecca Shepard has the story.
Many would say they've been enjoying this mild winter, but allergy sufferers would say differently.
I've noticed them a little bit. They haven't been too bad. It's just been kind of like a stuffy nose and scratchy eyes.
When one thinks of itchy, watery eyes, you wouldn't expect it this early in the year. Health Center Director Tony Baldwin-Dufour has noticed a difference this year.
Yes, we have seen an unusually high number of students suffering from allergy symptoms for this time of year.
Such a mild winter, allergens and other pollutants that irritate allergy sufferers never went away as they normally do with an average winter.
Usually I expect my allergies to come back around like late March, April.
Common allergy symptoms include itchy, watery eyes, sneezing, coughing, and a runny nose. Baldwin-Dufour explains how to manage these symptoms.
Current allergy sufferers, while they may have packed away their Claritin and Zyrtec for the year, probably ought to bring them out and start taking them if they're experiencing any of those symptoms. For anyone experiencing those symptoms, there are a number of over-the-counter products that they could try, Claritin and Zyrtec, of course, being popular. If they're unsure, they should make an appointment at the health center and we can confirm or rule out the presence of allergies.
Valparaiso University's Health Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can find more information about the university's health center at valpo.edu/healthcenter. For The Shield, I'm meteorologist Rebecca Shepard.
And Storm Shield meteorologist Justin Thompson-Gee joins us for a last check of weather.
Yeah, we'll deal with a couple of rainy days as we move through the rest of the week and into the weekend. A couple of those showers will remain, although we might see some sunshine start to peek through, and by Monday we should get into a sunny pattern, hopefully, for the rest of spring break.
Okay. Thanks, Justin. That's all we have from the 6 o'clock news desk. I'm Allie Katsanias.
And to get on-demand VUTV programming, visit youtube.com/ValpoVUTV. For all of us here at The Shield, I'm Katie Blaze. Thank you and good night.